Mid-course test, listening exercise 3. Listen to two friends discussing a recent piece of news.
Hey Liz, did you hear that Demode has been accused of using child labor to make their products?
Really, Zach? Well, then again, though, are you that surprised? I mean, come on. How on earth would they manage to keep their prices so ridiculously low otherwise? I mean, there has to be a catch, doesn't there? So it's hardly an amazing revelation, is it?
Maybe not for you, but I guess generally speaking, people are pretty wrapped up in their own bubble and don't even think about these things. You know, they have their own problems to dwell on, and maybe they just prefer to accept the cheap prices and never question anything. It's a lot easier, isn't it?
Well, there is that. I suppose, sad as it is, that some people don't actually care about those in worse off conditions either, especially if they're in some far-flung country halfway around the world. You also have to consider that the companies that do tend to exploit others are very savvy when it comes to marketing themselves. They will often balance their wrongdoings with some fantastic educational project to help get kids off the streets, stuff like that.
You could be right about the companies projecting a certain image, but I don't think that consumers the world over are also oblivious to what's going on, and I'm sure a lot of people do care. It's human nature.
I'd like to think so, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Why do you think there are so many discount stores opening up?
Then again, though turning this issue on its head, if you buy something that costs a lot, it doesn't automatically mean it's not been produced in a sweatshop, does it? It could just be that the company is being greedy, but because the product is more expensive, we assume it's more ethically made.
I see your point. In all honesty, I'd say these days it's actually really difficult to know how ethical or otherwise companies are. The thing that saddens me most is that it doesn't seem to be a matter of concern to as many people in our country as I think it should.
I know what you mean, but when it all comes down to money, how do you think things could be improved? If you look at it from a development angle, any child who is working in these countries is doing it to bring in much needed money to their families. And let's face it, no company is ever going to admit they use sweatshops, are they?